In 2024, TaylorMade claim this is the fastest, longest and best all-round golf ball money can buy. Introducing the brand new 2024 TaylorMade TP5 and TP5X golf balls. Today we have them to test. We're going to test them in the studio for numbers. We're going to see just if this is the brand new #1 ball in golf, stealing the crown off, of course, Titleist. And we're also going to have a bit of a match. Oh wow. You know what?
Possibly.
That's got me worried. So guys, we are joined on the channel today by Gaz. Gaz, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, yeah.
So you're a TP5 player. I'm actually a TP5X player, so you can see that I've got a TP5X variation pack. These were the prototype balls. The balls are now live to buy. £44.99 a dozen. So not cheap,
no,
but they're up there with the PRO-V1 because they are trying to be the #1 ball in golf. We've got loads of new technology in them actually, which I didn't think TaylorMade would be doing. I didn't think they'd be delving into new technologies in golf balls. So you're going to hit a couple of PRO-V1.
Sorry, I've just dropped a ball. That's why I'm like wiping it. It is brand new. But
we're going to have a go today and we're going to hit some PRO-V1s out here as well and just see if potentially TaylorMade have finally done it and knocked Titleist off their perch. Do you want to go first? We're going to have a match, by the way.
I'm going to use these ones as well. With You're
going to use the picks, are you? Right, yeah. I was going to use the picks, but I use the normal one then, no problem. So I really like the TP5X. The X is the kind of lower spinning ball. It feels really firm, but once you get used to it, it's actually quite nice. Is there a reason why you're the standard TP5?
I've always just used the PRO-V1, so I like that softer feeling, bit more higher spinning ball.
Yeah.
Feel the controller out green.
I find it gives me a slightly better flight window with driver when I use the standard X. Or the X, not the standard X. Oh, that sounded nice. Just towards that post. Oh, that sounded delightful, Gary. First impressions on the new TP5?
Well, I mean, it felt nice, but do you know, visually, the reason I've gone for that Pix one is because my eyesight's getting bad with longer shots. And I remember using a Pix, one of the older ones, and being able to see it fly through the air longer.
That's interesting.
It's quite interested to see, because I might actually have to switch ball because of that. I'm actually using a yellow ball at the minute.
No one wants that today. No one wants that.
Well,
yellow peril.
Pix could be an option.
Right, so I'm going to use the standard TP5X, not the Pix version. You can see again it is the Proto, so I always like stuff like this. You know, when you see the Proto on the ball, I think it's quite cool. But anyway, new alignment aid as well. That's nice and sleek. You don't want anything more, you don't want anything less than that. Let's see if we can beat Gary with the new TP5X. A little bit further left. Nice and high ball flight. So is a urethane cover with this 5-piece ball. That's gone a long way, hasn't it? That's gone miles. And the one thing I like about a urethane cover is the ability to flight it down. Usually you will see it fly out low, then the spin rate will cause it to rise. Whereas if a ball had a Sirline cover or an Ionomer cover, generally the ball launches a little bit earlier and then goes to a higher flight. They are a lot cheaper as well. Urethane is the more expensive plastic for a golf ball cover. A really interesting discussion now is just how much TaylorMade want the market share from Titleist, isn't it? Because Titleist are still the #1 ball in golf. The PRO-V1 has been the #1 ball in golf for a very, very long time, probably since records began. But TaylorMade are pushing them, and I feel like Callaway are pushing them as well. Yeah. They all want this market share, don't they? They all want to be the #1 ball in golf. And TaylorMade bringing out the first ever 5-piece ball, the initial TP5, I think it worked really well. I can't believe they've now added all these little intricate technologies in it to make it even better, to make it longer. TaylorMade claim this is the longest ball ever, but then Callaway claim that the Chrome Tour is the best ball ever as well, and Titleist obviously claim the PRO-V1 is.
I've actually had a couple of sleeves at older TP5s and played them and had an argument that they outperform PRO-V1.
Yeah.
But I've not actually had the balls to switch into it. Excuse the pun. You know when you've used like PRO-V for so long?
Yeah.
And there'll be people watching this who probably agree. It's hard to switch.
It is hard to switch, and I think massively that is a huge reason why Titleist are still the #1 ball in golf. Not necessarily because they outperform TaylorMade or Callaway or even the PXG ball, but because people trust them. Yeah. The whole marketing, trust your Titleist. It's a very clever way of making people feel like they would be losing out if they switched out, whereas I'm a big believer, go and get fitted for your ball and then go with it, but also it's going to match your budget. Not everyone's going to want to go and spend $44.99 on a dozen balls like we have done for these, and potentially, I mean, how many balls do you reckon you lose a season, honestly?
Probably about 3 dozen.
Yeah, so there's 150 quid there.
Yeah.
And you're a pro, so the average golfer might lose 6 dozen.
Yeah.
That's 300 quid.
It's a lot of money.
Careful there, mate, don't slip.
You'd love to see that.
I would. So just what new features are in this new TP5 ball? So it features a new 5-layer construction, and that is TaylorMade's largest speed gradient that optimises spin separation between driver, long iron, short iron and wedges. That, for the better player, is an exceptional game because you can pick your flight window a lot better. We also have a new speed wrap core, and that is a softer sound whilst promoting a faster design. I actually feel like this new TP5X does feel a lot softer than last year's model. So for me, if they can make that perform as good, maybe a little bit better, but feel better and sound better, they're on to a winner straight away. We also have a tall flight dimple pattern, and we also have the high flex material HMF. That's basically designed to act like a tightly wound spring that builds energy and rebounds quickly, generating, you guessed it, more ball speed. I want it. Is it the distance? 159 iron. Front edge, I think. Yeah, we'll have a bit of that. Now, after hitting a few shots out here in the golf course with it and a few shots in the studio comparing it to last year's model, the X certainly feels softer, and that was one of my biggest problems with the TP5X. It just felt firm, and I don't mind a firm feel golf ball, you do get used to it, but this new generation certainly does feel that bit softer, and that might open it up to a whole new audience of golfer that want that lower spin shot, but also that nice soft feel. Gone after that one, that's going to be probably similar to mine, middle short. Oh, middle of the green, good effort. That's a big gap wedge, mate, that. Just flicked it down there.
Flicked it on.
It's like a 140-yard gap wedge. So when it comes to the price of golf balls, what's your thought? Because you still work in the pro shop, you're still conversing with people about what golf balls they want. Are people happy to come in, bang 50 quid on the desk, get a dozen TP5s and then maybe a Snickers and a flapjack?
Do you know what surprises me? So many people buy sleeves of balls, which is the worst possible way.
Yeah, because you're paying more. Yeah.
They're paying like $12.75, $13.75 for a sleeve of PRO-Vs.
Yeah.
So many people do it. I don't get it.
Rather than just buying a dozen and then when your dozen's up.
Yeah, so if you buy a dozen, you're looking at 48 quid, so it's £12 a sleeve. It's not a lot cheaper.
But your price match online for $44.99.
But if they do 4 for free promotions, don't they? Both.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah.
During the season, do.
Callaway have got it on now. Actually,
have they got it on?
Yeah.
4 dozen for price of free. That's the way.
And
to
that
buy
does net
balls.
them down a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, because I mean, if you're using more than 4 dozen balls a season, you're obviously playing a lot of golf, but you're losing a lot. So, would you be spending that amount of money? Probably not.
No, and they're going to net down to just over £30 a dozen, which is expensive.
Yeah, it's almost trade.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this shot, so I'm going to test this ball for spin now off a gorgeous lie and see if we can get it to stop nice and close to that flag. We'll make par, Gazzle 3 putt, we'll go 1 up. 56. So this for me is where a golf ball is vitally important. Yes, it's important to know how far your driver goes, what spin window is it, how does your 7-iron launch, but it's vitally important to know what happens around the greens here, how does the ball react, and what kind of shots do you like to play. That was really nice. Spun as I wanted it to. Thought it might break a little more to the right, but realistically, quite nice. And the next question is a very, very interesting question. How important is it how your golf ball feels with the putter? Because I honestly think it's as important as pretty much anything. Are you big into your feel with the golf ball on a putter?
Oh yeah, short game is. That's why I buy a ball.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I've talked about spin numbers off tee, but main thing for me is feel and control.
It amazes me when people go for a golf ball fitting and they don't touch a wedge or a putter.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't use a golf ball that probably got me out of using the TP5X last year. It just didn't feel that good with the putter. That's why I used a stripe, because it was a soft urethane ball.
Yeah.
I wish we had these with the stripe tech on them.
Do you?
I really do. I think I'd use it straight away. I mean, I've used the stripe anyway. I used it all last year.
It does line up pretty well though.
Yeah.
You can almost get a track if you line it up.
I just find that when I use a striped golf ball, it 100% knocks scores off my game. 100%. Like when I've played my best ever round at Cedar Lodge, I'd like 24, 25 putts.
Wow.
And it probably was down to me just having a good day, but also the feedback of the ball. Yeah, well, you know what? It was a good strike because it was bang on its axis. You've just not hit it.
Yeah. Oh.
See, I almost feel a bit naked using this ball because I like having feedback, and I mean that's okay for an alignment aid, but you just don't really see. I'd have to draw a big thick black line on it, I think, almost similar to the TaylorMade stripe. You've got this for the half, mate.
Yeah, I feel a bit naked having this for half. Jesus. I weren't expecting to rattle that one in.
I like the new design.
It was as though you knew exactly where it was going at that pace.
Yeah, left edge firm, similar to yours actually.
I'm going to do the same then. Left edge firm. Oh, side door.
Wow. You see that does look good rolling, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah.
You've put that in your pocket quick, haven't you?
I have, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here at level.
Right, and we speak about how important short game is, so we're going to have a bit of a bonus round here, guys. We're going to have a chipping competition out the bunker, and from here, the closest ball gets a bonus point. So club ball goes 1 up for the match. You happy with that?
With that, yeah.
Right, these are my X's, so we'll just go 3 balls. I'm going to get the Pixers out, because I'm a huge fan of the Pixers. And again, would you go with these guys? Would you go with the more vibrant picks, or would you go with
plain then?
All right.
I'll go opposite.
And interestingly, guys, when you are deciding what ball to use, have a bit of fun with it. Do what we're doing here. Have a couple of challenges. See if it can work for you under the pressure, because that's essentially what it has to do. I'm not anticipating this to check too much. It's quite moist with downwind, but is it going to release out for me like I want it to? So just closest, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, that one did check nicely. Did not am I going all 3?
Yeah, and then the closest one gets the point.
Didn't expect that to check as it did. They're checking a lot more than I would give them credit for. Can send that a bit further. There. I reckon that stopped it going in as well. It turns from there. So I'm going to be honest, I don't see a lot of check when I'm chipping around the greens. My technique isn't suited to that, but they checked really nicely. If you're looking for a ball,
I wouldn't throw it that close. I mean, I'd probably maybe get 50. I don't like to throw it that.
Just a little duff and run.
Well, you've got to carry it nearly all the way there, ain't you?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Look how quick that sits down when it lands.
It's a shame that released out, because that one would have been fantastic.
That one was duffy. That was user error.
Yeah.
This is it then, isn't it?
This is it. Oh. Not bad efforts, realistically. That is 1 for me, so I'll take that 1 up. But yeah, quite happy with that. I hold that putt earlier, so I could probably rely on holding maybe 1 of those. Should we go out the bunker and see what they're like? Yeah. I want to test how they scuff up as well out of bunker shots, because there's nothing worse than spending a lot of money on a golf ball and hitting it one side of a bunker and then it's scuffing. Do you want to go first out of here?
Yeah. Are we having a close one? Or a bit more?
Just nearest.
Yeah, but I mean, is this all right from here?
Yeah, that's fine, mate, yep. Do you want a T-peg? Do you test balls out of a bunker, Gaz, when you...
Do you know what I'm guilty of not doing?
Yeah?
I test them for chipping and going over
it's not the most important, but you like to see how it reacts. Oh, how good is that? Gary Martin, that was filthy. Nice again. I'm a believer, you know, with an iron on a cover, you struggle with that. Oh, delightful.
That weren't as good.
Right. Beat that, he says. I think more landing angle required, you know, Gaz.
Yeah.
Try and get it up a bit.
Not much to work with. Oh, it's close.
But again, I feel like you need to know what a ball does. If you're trying to play shots like this. What? I'll go first.
I'm trying to will it to spin.
I think I've already won, mate, to be fair, but certainly having this cover, this more expensive cover, helps.
Yeah. Well, the only one more challenge.
We've got 2 more holes, haven't we? And we've got a long drive on the next.
Right.
Right, so we're going to have a long drive now. This is still part of the match, so we're still trying to keep this ball in play. We're saying it has to be on the fairway, Gaz? Or not? Should we go not?
I'm just going to say longest.
Just longest. And this is interesting because if this TP5 outperformed the Tour Response strike ball that I'm using with a driver, would I swap? No. The answer is Because if it did outdo it, it might outdo it by 3 or 4 yards, if that. On a launch monitor, that would look mega impressive. In real life, it's that, realistically, isn't it? 3 yards, 2 long strides, especially when you're built like I am. But I think I hold more putts with that ball, so I think I shoot lower scores, and that's what golf's all about, isn't it? So, right, I've lost track of where all these balls are, Gaz.
That's what I never understand sometimes with like ball fittings, when they focus so much on driver distance.
Exactly, but it's because it's sexy.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing, why it's sexy. And you know what? I'll hit one with each.
Right,
Potentially, these are the balls that I might potentially these are the balls that I might use in 2024. So let's hit one with each, and let's see the long drive one though for the match. Or are we saying you can hit PRO-V1 as well?
I'll hit a PRO-V1, yeah.
Right, I've got picks first. We're going to go over the corner. Low spin PXG driver. Should be a match made in heaven, this. That sounded incredible. It felt fantastic. It's down there in the fairway. Let's see if we can hit the same shot with the Tourist Bonds. Tourist Bonds are cheaper as well, so you are going to save a little bit of money if that's the ball that you would go for. Can I hit the same shot? I don't think you're beating that anyway, Gaz. Right, they're carbon copies of each other. The Tourist Bonds went a little bit higher. I would anticipate that being a 3-piece ball. I can't wait to get down there and see where they are head-to-head against each other, because yes, it's nice to do this on a launch monitor. I think it's better to do it on the golf course so you can see the actual real-world results. I think you're struggling here, mate.
Well, we'll see about that. So it's the longest drive. It doesn't matter which ball.
No.
I think that's going to make
You're two down.
PRO-V1 users sick, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
That's horrendous. Big high cut. Well, that's definitely not going to win the longest drive because it was not on the right line. So it's down to the TP5 to pull me out of the crap.
Oh, wow.
That
You know what?
possibly.
That's got me worried. Oh, mate, that is massive. I can see my 2 balls there.
Yeah.
And that's like 30 past.
That one really did fly.
And I know you said you were tempted about using a TP5 before. If you start seeing drives like that, the PRO-V1 one was just a bad shot, wasn't it?
Well, I've got to admit, I think that this ball now does match PRO-V1 around the green.
Yeah.
I think if anybody can argue that it doesn't, then I think they're being a bit unrealistic. I think it literally comes down to having the balls to change brand.
Yeah.
I can't say that the...
Chucking them all over the place, Gaz here. Lobbing protos left, right and centre. You bang on, and to be honest, I'm a huge believer as well that the budget balls perform okay, like the Kirklands, the Seeds, all these balls that are still 3-piece urethane. Interesting, no one's tried to make a 5-piece budget urethane. I don't think you can do it. I think it'd be too difficult.
I haven't seen a 5-piece, I've seen a 4-piece.
Yeah, I have actually. But would you change? Because I think the Trinity, so your Callaway, your Titleist and your TaylorMade, I think they're all as good as each other realistically, depending what you want out of a ball.
Yeah, I think it does probably come down to budget a little bit. I don't know why we all do it, but we all like to save money on balls for some reason. We spend £500 on a driver.
Probably because it's the only thing you're going to lose. I mean, you should never really lose a driver, not unless you and you launch one, but realistically, you're going to lose a couple of golf balls around, aren't you? So,
I mean, I'm guilty of even buying second-hand balls. You hate that, don't you?
I can't believe how far your drive's gone now. It's massive, mate. So some quite interesting results here, because Gaz has put, realistically, about 20 yards on me, but my TP5 shot is longer than my Tourist Bonds shot. I felt like they were both very similar. I felt like they were both very similar strikes. Spin rates, maybe the Tourist Bonds was a little bit higher. Looking at it visually, neither of them have had much run out because of the time of year. So Tourist Bonds has pitched there. We've got about a yard of run out, and the TP5's actually come backwards. So realistically, that's pitched quite a long way further. Yours,
yeah.
I mean, do you want to talk about that?
Well, it felt red hot off face.
Yeah.
It felt red hot. I mean, That one of the things that I noticed with the old TP5, I think it was definitely longer than the Pro-V. You must have numbers on this. I've never done any testing.
Yeah, I've tested them. I've always found them, depending how I hit it on the day, because I struggle to admit if I'm that consistent, and I doubt many golfers are. When I hit golf shots and I hit 20, 30 shots, there's a mile an hour in it and there's maybe a couple of yards in it.
Yeah, so you think they're about same on distance?
Yeah, honestly, I think so, yeah. They're all going to be within the same regulations, aren't they?
Yeah. I think it's tough for brands like TaylorMade or Callaway because they've not got to just match Pro-V, they've got to actually beat it for people to put it in the bag.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Or, you know what, they haven't, they've got to be cheaper. So I think with the Tour Response and the strap, I can't believe more people aren't using the Tour Response.
Yeah.
That's where that ball was.
Well, I've got to admit, a lot of people use the Stripe Tour Response, but I don't see many people buying a plain Tour Response.
No, and you know what, I wouldn't use a plain Tour Response, because if that was the case, I'd use a TP5.
Yeah.
Or a Pix, because I like the visual, I think the visual aid helps. Right, any idea? 92, I think if I play it a little bit longer, because you can't go that flag because it'll spin off the green. It needs to be middle of the green.
That is the line. Wow.
I don't think you can play that any better, really, can you?
That is going to be tight.
Because that's a sucker flag.
That just needs 8 foot of spin back and it's going to be stiff.
I don't think we'll get 8 feet, we might get a couple of feet.
Yeah.
Good strike, and again, for a TP5X, it felt great, it felt soft. So, can't ask for much more, can I? I can't wait to see what happens if this new ball rule comes in, Gaz. All this money that the brands have been spending to get the Protos out there and to get the new golf balls longer and better than ever. I hope it doesn't happen, mate.
Do you know what? We've had this conversation. I think that these could become more valuable because it's a ball that's going to go longer than the new ball, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be illegal, won't it? Does that not, no one care?
But just for social golf and messing about, I think it's...
Yeah, but whenever I do a video on illegal ball for social golf, no one likes it because I want to play within the rules of golf, which I totally understand.
Really? So
yeah.
Is there any illegal balls that are longer than the real ball then?
Well, they claim to be, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Lots of claims. Right, so you're too close here, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I don't like this distance.
No,
I like to be like
booted
100, but I'm 75.
So, by the way, I'm back to 1 up because you've just won the long drive.
Why did you
So I won the chip in the bunker.
Yeah, but that put you 1 up.
No, it was each.
No, it was.
Of course it was. Well, why else would it? Oh, you got half of them, can you?
I thought it was 1 point for winning the competition, not on each challenge.
No, silly sod.
Oh, God.
We'll do a nearest to pin here if you want then.
No, it's all right. It's fine. You 1 up.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Oh, don't. Oh, Gary, no. No. Too much spin, mate. That wouldn't happen with the Warbird, would it? This isn't what you want, mate, is it?
This is not what I want.
Would you test the spin here? You can't spin this, can you? Not this massive slope. Where's mine? My flag out? That's nice, look. We'll take that. No backspin, guys, but it's flag high. And if you could guarantee me one thing with a golf ball, it wouldn't be more distance, it would be being flag high more often.
This is going to go high.
Oh, it's got it high. Yeah, good effort. A lot more difficult than what people realise from down there. Easy to leave it down there. 2 putts might be enough though.
Could be.
Goes the other way. So I've first hole using the picks, and again, great feedback, similar to last year's picks. I know that was a good roll, I know it was good pace. The read was just wrong, that's why it's missed on that side. Is that good?
Yeah.
This for the half. Good effort. It was just that you were too close off the tee. Your drive was too long.
I know. Not my favourite distance.
Okay, so 2 up. Next up we have a par 3. Nearest to pin for a point with these TP5 and TP5Xs. And obviously we have the hole to finish out as well. I'm going to say if you make a birdie, you get an extra point.
That's all right then.
That means you could win.
So there's still a chance
we're keeping
of
him in it. I'm really impressed with this new ball, I must admit. I'm always impressed when TaylorMade release a ball because I wish they wouldn't shout so much about it. This is the longest, fastest.
I'm going to put you under pressure here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Go on.
You've got to buy a box of Pro-Vs or a box of TaylorMades. They're both the same price. What are you going?
I'd go TP5.
Would you?
But I've been that way for a couple of years. I wouldn't buy the Callaway. I wouldn't spend my own money on the Callaways.
Yeah.
I wouldn't on Titleist because I just think it's mundane and boring. I think they've got nothing different out there.
Yeah.
The only different thing Titleist did, which I really liked, was having those green alignment aids on. I really liked that. They was on the AVX.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd go TP5 all day.
That's weird, because I'm torn other way. I'm boring, and I just trust the PRO-V1.
Yeah.
I've used it for that long.
Someone trust your Titleist tattooed on your ankle. Right, this is only 135 yards. I've got an 8 iron. The big thing for me when I'm choosing a golf ball is being able to flight it down and control it. So let's see if we can do that. It's a tight left flag as well. You don't want to go left, Gaz, do you?
No.
So, again, nice and low. Gaz, over to you. A full gunning wedge.
A full gunning wedge. Straight at it.
See, it is a proper distance ball for you, this, isn't it? Can't you
I
teeing that up?
You do like to knock shots down, don't you? That's your game.
Yeah.
I'm someone who likes to just hit a full shot.
Oh, be the club. That looks like it could be long.
That's straight at it, that.
Oh, that is all over it. Oh!
That could be actually stiff.
It could be stiff.
It's right on the number.
That could be nearest the pin, birdie, hole, Gaz wins. Thanks for coming.
That was in there.
So if you're in the market for balls now, we've kind of had that discussion already, but guys, comment below, what would you do? Would you look at the new TP5? Does the marketing mean anything to you at all? Does it to you?
I think, do you know what? I think you need to actually buy a dozen.
Yeah.
I think that's what I need to do. I need to commit to having 12 balls before I've only ever tried like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And then not have the balls to buy a dozen.
Yeah.
I think I should really buy a dozen and set myself up for the next few years. You know, like it could be a better ball than PRO-V, and I just haven't been testing
Realistically, what I find happens is if you have the round of your life, like I did with the stripe, that's your ball.
Yeah.
If you don't play well with it, you probably blame the ball, you probably move on.
Yeah.
Do numbers matter? Yes. How much do they matter? Can't believe you've just done that.
There's a
Looks
chance.
like Gaz might walk away with one finally. And you see, the really interesting thing is for me, when I tested these golf balls in the studio, the numbers were very similar to last year's TP5X. I wouldn't anticipate it to be much different. I think it's very difficult with the regulations to get a faster, quicker golf ball. But for me, still certainly a ball that I would be looking at trying in 2024 if I'm in the market for premium golf balls. So realistically, I need to hold that putt to stop you from winning. Or do I? No, I don't, because if you miss that...
Yeah, if I miss that and if we half it, you've won. If we half it on score. Tester.
That is... Oh, dear. Come on, Gaz, for the win.
Secret weapons out.
All day long. Well done. That's class, that, mate. That is clutch. Guys, that is a review of the brand new TaylorMade TP5 and TP5X golf ball. I really enjoyed it. I think it's doing what I want it to do. It's a lot of money. Would you use it?
I would.
I think I would.